That was a pretty tragic first act of a finale, wasn't it? Hey guys, Movie Fan 2002 here, and after having a day to adjust about it, it's time for me to talk about the first part of the Owl House series finale, thanks to them. So yes, here we go. It's time to talk about the first part of the Owl House series finale. And get ready, we're going through the whole episode. So obviously, spoilers are up ahead. And if you're not caught up with the series, there you go. Now, obviously, the first 6 minutes were shown at New York Comic Con, so I'll keep this part brief in order to get to like the stuff that wasn't shown. Even though I didn't talk about them yet, so I'll do it. Anyways, the episode begins right where King's Tide left off by showing like exactly like what happens, and then it cuts to them taking comfort inside Camilla's house, as I predicted was going to happen. Which after a warm embrace, like we see, however, Luz finds some bandages, and then Luz and Hunter have a conversation, like saying like they didn't have yet to tell everyone about their secrets, like with Hunter telling them that he's a Grimwalker, and Luz being concerned that if she tells like them about what happened with Bellos and the Collector, she thinks he's gonna hate them, which is actually gonna be like a main, it's actually like her main struggle throughout the entire episode, which for the first act of for the finale, I think it works very well. But I'll get more into that when I get to it later. Anyways, after they discussed about to Camila on the events that they did witness, like all of them, they said that they have to do whatever it takes to get back. But they're like and you will. But first things first, you're gonna have to rest. So V, Willow, and Amity are sleeping in Luz's room while Gus and Hunter are sleeping in the basement. Anyways, then of course we get a montage which is basically what could have been season 3, but it was cut short due to some of the events. Although to be fair, I believe season 3 and 4 season series before it got cut because of Disney's acquisition. Although I mainly blame the executive responsible for it than Disney as a whole. So it's mainly that executive's fault, in my opinion. Anyways, after that, we get like a montage where lots of stuff happens. Hunter gets a haircut. The guys trying on costumes. Confirms to her mother that she's bisexual. And Amity's her girlfriend. Which, what else is there? We see some other stuff. Although there's one thing I don't get about the montage is that, although it is a good scene, why during the moment when they're playing out in the rain, before they do, Amity's concerned, although in King's Tide, and also which was also the opening scene for this, they're just completely fine. I don't know. I mean, if this is just what Dana Terrace wants to do, so not trying to be that rude. Okay. Anyways, after that montage, Luz heads off to school. Cut to cut out to the Widowbane house, where it's now been turned to a base where we see everyone except for Luz, who again is at school, where they're all talking, where they're doing a little Spanish course, and obviously V is pretty good at it, and we get this really funny yet also a bit of a strange moment in my opinion, where it says, "You're a top student," and then Amity's like, "I was once a top student." And it was like, "Really, Amity? You've changed so much since then. And also, that was because of your mother. Really? Do we need to have that?" But don't worry, that's the only time in this episode where she's like that. And it better be the only time in the entire season because of Dana. If you're going to do something like that again, I swear to God, I'm just going to be pissed off. After that, Camila stops by to tell him "Oh, I'm gonna pick up Luz," and then he gives him a quick pop quiz, which is kind of cute for what it was. Anyways, then after that, there was we have the whole world to see. We should probably explore it in order to find what we're missing, and to find what they're missing. And then all of a sudden, Amity then trips because Flapjack's been pecking the floor, and they discover this rebus, which is actually a code in order to search for them on a way to make another portal door, which is very cool. Anyways, and before we could see what happens next, we then cut to school where Luz's teacher is discussing about the Odyssey, and then but Luz discussed like who cares about what happens, like if he's a hero or not, because whoever's part of it, like she's saying like it's better if that person doesn't exist, which is obviously implying to Luz for what she did. Again, like this applies to like a really great arc throughout the episode where she has to learn from like she's suffering through what she's going through, and I think this like sets up like her final arc for the season just very well for what she's going for. It's fantastic. It's gut punching, sure, but it actually does work in this situation. Anyways, after after her class, she's greeted by two people who says like, oh, we're having like this haunted hayride thing that's gonna happen on Halloween. Like you should come to it. Like it's gonna be fun. We could see some of your weirdness there because they know about who Luz was, and especially like with the thing that she did in the first episode. Anyways, then after that, um, um, anyways, on their way home, they nearly get Luz and Camila nearly get into a car accident, but then all of a sudden, like they continue driving. And they said like they see like it was not a deer, it was a monster, and like which obviously it's implying to Bellows is back. All right, I forgot to mention like before the time skip, there was like this quick moment where we see like a bit of goo, which is actually Bellows. Yeah. Which we kind of knew that was going to happen because the end credits of King's Tide pretty much showed us that. Is that night when they were back at the house, everyone's like getting ready for bed, where Hunter's like sewing some stuff, which he's actually getting better at sewing, I'm not going to lie. Then he accidentally cuts himself. And then Gus noticed that like Hunter's more happy here than he's back on the Boiling Isles, for reasons that he can't explain, which we obviously know what they are. However, he asks him like, however, they do discuss about like what they were missing, like how much they do miss the Boiling Isles, like, and they miss their families, and they are concerned like if they are okay. Which I'm glad that they still did acknowledge that for a bit, and I'm hoping it does play a huge role, like, and especially that in the upcoming episodes. Well, up final two, but you get the point. Anyways, once they have to bed, Lucis, however, is unable to sleep because of her because of her trauma that she had. So she takes her talisman egg down to her mother's room, and then Amity notices the flyer that Luz had in her room. After that, we're given like this pretty tragic nightmare slash flashback sequences of how like people are calling Luz a weird person. In fact, it was because of his principle of why she was originally meant to be sent off to that reality check camp. Yeah, so now it all makes sense. But this mainly also had to do like with the fact of of his father's death. And by the way, we actually get confirmation that his father's name was Manny. Yeah. Then of course, Luz comes into her room and she's still in grieving, and she's like telling like why doesn't she, and she should hate him, and it's like why is she not mad? And it's like it hurts, like she went through so much, and she really wanted them to meet Ida and King, and it's like the best thing, and Camila's like the best thing you can do is learn from your mistakes, and that's what I think she should do, and I think it works very well. Then the next day we see everyone like getting together to like go into town. Oh, and Hunter's apparently dressing up as someone from like this Star Trek kind of world, and I think it works very well, which I find it to be pretty fun in my opinion. Anyways, then Hunter decides to stay behind, and he realizes just to get changed. But then after that, we get this like cute moment between Willow and Hunter, which is definitely a foreshadowing that they're gonna confess their love. Like there's no doubt. Like by the end of the series, they're gonna confess their love. Yeah. Anyways, however, Hunter notices that a piece of Velos' goo still remains, which is obviously implying to the moment when he's gonna return. then of course we get this montage where everyone's like exploring Gracefield and they're going through numerous places. Oh, and apparently for some reason Amity actually trips. No, seriously, like, is she a bit clumsy here? Is she like on Earth? Is she pretty much like this, the Owl House version of Marcy? No, wait, actually that's a bit of a stretch. Yeah. Anyways, they go to like numerous places, and oh, and of course they also encounter the giraffes. Call back to the first episode of the series, by the way. And of course we get some fun moments here and there. Then they go to the place where Jacob from Yesterday's Lie was, and apparently she's not there, and instead it's one of those friends that V made, although she's like, wait, do I know you? You look strangely familiar, yet not really different. I don't know. Like, that's how she said it. I've only seen the episode. I've only just seen the episode once because, again, this was like a hard pill for me to swallow kind of episode thing. No, you haven't seen me, and then, like, she tries to help them solve the code, to which they don't. Then they look at their scrapbooks of memories that they did like over the summer. Although, to be fair, I doubt that. Although I do not believe that was like they were there for like September. That they spent like that long. I mean, it's only been like what, a couple months. Oh, sorry about that. It's only been like a couple months for them. Seriously, I'm just being honest with you. At least in my opinion. Then after that. Now we get this pretty cool moment where like, oh, like there's Titan's blood. There's actually Titan's blood here. And they're like, and they know a way to surprise Luz and to tell her that like they have a way to do it. Anyways, then at the clinic, like Luz and Camille are about to go home, but then all of a sudden she draws a plant gift, and then for some reason there was a slight reaction. Like, like I was like, interesting, like, what's going on? Anyways, then back in the back at the house, Hunter's like fearful like Bellows might be back, and he tells Flapjack like not to be a part of it. Then she warns Luz to warn him about that Bellows is here, and they have to fight him. So they go to the Widowbane house and they go to the basement. Then all of a sudden there's nothing. There's nothing, only just a possum. Like, oh, everything's okay. And Luz tells him that she's part of the family, and it made him cry. Like, it even got me choked up a little. Like, it shows like how like even during her tragic moments, she still does care for her friends. Like, she still loves them. Like, and it definitely shows that that even regardless of what happened, she still loves them, even during a tragic moment. Anyways, after that, once they get back to the house, and then like they're like adjusting, like getting ready for Halloween, and then like they have this idea where Amity and Luz are gonna dress up as Azora and Hecate. Hecate. That's the name of Azora's girlfriend. However, when she was like seeing a bit of the movie, she was like saying like they will never forgive her, and it's like and it really hurt her. Then at night she can't sleep again, and she decides to make a video diary explaining like of her guilt and what she did. And then she tells them she knows what she needs to do. I will explain to you and for those who are wondering what it is, I'll get to that moment pretty soon, because don't worry, they did explain to it. And by the way, no, it's not her like going back to the demon realm and trying to make the ultimate I am Iron Man sacrifice kind of thing. No, it's not like that. At least I don't think so. Anyways, then Halloween night comes, and they're all dressed up and ready to like attend like the haunted event. Then we get this pretty funny moment where like Gus is just like illusioning like that whole stage play. Then Jacob shows up, and then he pretty much gets arrested. Hope that's the last time you see him, because honestly, yeah, I don't think anyone's really gonna miss that guy. Then they get into the like the Gracefield ride, and they hear the story, at least from their perspective, of Philip and Caleb, which of course makes Luz and Hunter feel very tense, like shit, like this is, and it gets them on the edge because of what happened. We even get a little bit more confirmation that like, at least from what the story says, because this is at least just because And by the way, this is just for episode 1. It's like revealed that like that the witch who a witch named Evelyn, Evelyn, Edalyn, Gwendolyn, so I think she's possibly a Clawthorn, hypnotized Caleb in order to come to the Boiling Isles, and one of them was possibly being Flapjack. Although then again, this is just from what their perspective. I do not know what is going to happen like in the last 2 episodes. Although then again, we don't know at the moment because we have yet to see them. Although we have to wait until then. And then again, like with the time we have, it gives us time for us to adjust and also breathe a little. Like give us like a big breather. But okay, sorry, I'm getting a little bit off track here. After the bride, see, Hunter tells Luz that he's seeing Bellows again, and to which she's trying to believe them, telling them like, "Oh, we were gonna surprise you. We're gonna like help you like make this portal door." To which she was like, "Oh, how thoughtful." Although she knows that she has something that she has to tell them. Anyways, then of course we see and of course they grab the rebus and they head off to find Bellows. Then after that we get View is asleep on the couch and Camila finds Luz's laptop, and then she opens it and she sees then we get like this nice and very sad moment where we're seeing like all these clips of Luz recording herself from throughout the years, and even one from like the day before. So I'm guessing like the day before, like she was sent to the principal's office in the first episode. Then after that, she sees like the message, and she says that on Halloween night, I'm just gonna tell everyone that she's staying in the in the human realm permanently after the haunted, right? Which Camila's like, even though she doesn't say it, she's like, no, like she can't let them do this. Then after that they go searching for Hunt. They go searching for Bellows, and apparently, remember that thing I was talking about earlier where the glyphs sort of worked? Well, apparently the magic's so connected to the Titan, which caused her to use it. Of course, Hunter gets running off very fast though. Then of course we see Amity, Gus, and Will, like they're wondering, wait, where's the Rebus? And Luz and Hunter. Then of course Camila shows up and they go out to find them. Then of course we cut to the graveyard scene, which was basically what it was all building towards. And wouldn't you know it? And considering that I kind of knew this was going to happen since King's Tide, it came true. Bellows morphed with Hunter, well, sort of, in order to, and we get a confrontation scene, and damn was it epic. Like in fact, oh, and also Flapjack was like hiding behind there when they got there, like, and it was just freaking creepy. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, similarly to Amphibious Season 2, the episode True Colors, the villain reveals the secret. Like, although, of course, they did arrive on time, although she didn't know that. Then, of course, it leads to a pretty epic fight where they're, like, going off against Hunter, like, possessed Hunter, who's, like, and they're, like, just trying to, like, and Luz is like, fight Hunter, fight him. And then we get possibly the most gut-punching moment of the entire episode. Bellows kills Flapjack. Okay, not entirely, but he completely, like, crushes some of the palisman, like, and it was just gut-punching. Then all of a sudden, Hunter actually fights Bellows and tells him, like, I'm done being with the Emperor's Coven. I wanna, like, quit. I wanna go to Hexside. I wanna play Flyer Derby. Like, that's exactly, and, like, yes, I was just so happy for him. Like, he needed that. He didn't care, like, Grimwalker or not. He just deserves a better life. And of course, Hunter tries to drown him, which of course it didn't. Then Camila saves him, and then wouldn't you know it, all the stuff from Hunter like comes out, and then like, boom, like Bellows is back, like, and then he uses the Titan's blood, like from like that tomb oval thing to like create a portal and the demon realm is open. Like, the portal to the demon realm is open. We don't see, like, what the demon realm is looking like, but we know that, like, that's enough Titan's blood to get them back. To which they're like, oh my god, that's the Bellows you've been fighting? Then Flapjack sacrifices himself and tells them, and Hunter's then freed, and like, and then they know that about what happened with Flapjack. Then they're asking, like, Luz, what happened? Was he lying? Then he was like, no. Like, then she confesses what happens, and she explained why she had to hide it. Then before she says, like, she knows that he decided to stay in the human realm, Camila interrupts and tells them that she's going with them. Like, she's not going to leave them behind, and they would never hate her, which I knew was going to happen, especially Amity. I mean, come on, come on, this is a healthy relationship we're talking about here, and it's fantastic. Then, with all that said, it obviously restores Luz's confidence to go back there, even if she is unsure of what's going to happen next. In fact, we even get the same line that Luz said to Amity in knocking on Hootie's door, that Amity says back to her, and I think it works very well. Yeah. And V stays behind, which is a bit sad, but honestly, I can understand that. I mean, I don't think the Boiling Isles is ready for a basilisk to join in the fight. And, yeah. And obviously, before she leaves, she puts on her Azora hat and tells, like, a witch definitely needs her hat. And that's the end of the episode. Oh, we get this pretty funny moment where it's like, Camila left the car keys. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and the end credits, now from the shows, a slideshow of everything that happened, like, since the events. And there you go. That's the episode. And like I said, this was a fantastic way to start off the finale to the series. It was pretty tragic, but it was still very good. And sure, Bellows may be back and Flapjack may be dead, but they are going back to save everyone they love. And it's going to be epic. And the fact that Camila's coming too, damn, it's going to be awesome. And I just can't wait for when she's going to meet Ida and Hootie, especially Hootie. I mean, I can't wait for those kind of interactions. Like, it's going to be funny. So yeah, all in all, this was such a fantastic way to start season 1, and just it was gut punching, but it was still a very great way to cap off the first part of the finale. The promo was right. Every ending has a beginning, and this beginning, despite starting off tragic, was still very good. Okay, so that's gonna be it for my video, for my thoughts on the episode and going through it pretty much entirely. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed enjoyed this video, and let me know what did you guys think of the episode, and what are you looking forward to seeing in part 2. For me, I hope we do see, like, a resistance for the Boiling Isles. Like, the Boiling Isles are, like, going to be, like, in this resistance shape, similarly to Amphibia in Season 3. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, did you notice all those Amphibia cameos, Easter eggs in the episodes? Huh. What are they setting up? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, till the next video comes, have a good night, everybody, and until then, peace and take care.